Do I ever have Christians think that I'm making fun of Christianity? Absolutely. Yeah. My comedy career is interesting because I started in church, and then somebody told me, if you want to like do this for real, you got to go to the comedy club, like the local big bad comedy club in my city. And I was in Atlanta, Georgia. And I went there, and I just started like, that was the only, you couldn't do comedy in church. You can like do the announcements or whatever silly stuff, but there's no room for that. So for the first 5-6 years of my comedy career, I was just performing in the comedy club. I put out a video about like, it was like roasting Christian music. Like if you ever listen to Christian radio, you can flip through the channels if you're not in the city, and you can hear the music, not even the words, just the music. You're like, this sounds Christian, which is a wild idea. Yeah. It's just the composition of the instruments. You can tell that's a Christian song. Yeah. And I just kind of roasted it. It's not good. There's a lot of Christian artists that are making great music. But I go, as a whole, this is not good. And everybody's question in the comments, now I'm known in those circles, right? Everybody kind of gets it for what it is. But at the time, all the argument was, is this guy a Christian or is he not? Because if he's a Christian, this is hilarious because we all think these things. But if he's not a Christian, this is wildly offensive. If you make fun of like your mom, but if I make fun of your mom, then you're pissed, which rightfully so. Yeah, I can make fun of the things that I am, white, from the South, homeschooled, Christian, pastor's kid, Atlanta Hawks fan, Atlanta Falcons fan, Atlanta Braves fan, Range Rover driver, golfer. I'm trying to think about all the things that I am, that I am those. So you can kind of roast them a little easier. But if I make a joke about another, I mean, obviously it's sensitive these days, but about another culture or something that you are not, then it becomes offensive. Unless like there's like a white comic that only works black rooms, Gary Owen, who's hilarious, but he's like, but his wife's black, and that's kind of like they have kind of in one way or another like adopted him, like he's allowed to get away with these things because he has proven to us that he is with us. We have a video called Noah in 2022. It was like we went up to, there's a Noah's Ark in Kentucky. Did you know that? Like a life-size Noah's Ark. It's huge. And we went up and kind of made a joke, like a joke of it. But like you're kind of roasting the idea of it, but also everyone there was like, John, what up, dude? Yeah. So like, totally. But then we got kicked out by like the management, and you're like, it's just a fine line to walk, and you just kind of gotta, with your own kind of moral code, be like I go in and do a lot of roasts of like churches. Like I would go into like a Baptist, Pentecostal, Methodist, Catholic. I go into all the churches and I roast, like I'm never gonna make fun of like Jesus on the cross or something. That's not, or I'll never make fun of someone with like an addiction, like to alcohol. There's nothing funny about that to me. Now, if somebody's like just being drunk and being an idiot, that's one thing. But if somebody loses his job that he loves because of addiction, that's not funny to me. So if I can kind of stick to my own moral code, then if somebody goes, John, that was too far, I go, I'm good with it. There's Christians that think I'm too far, and then there's also Christian like meme accounts that I think they go too far. But that's everybody. Yeah. So one time we did a joke about it was like a Christian yoga pants brand, and it's funny. It's funny. It's just funny. It's just I say that and you laugh. It's just, and they had like their logo was like their logo was like a cross, but it was like made out of like nails. So like, which is like symbolic of like Jesus on the cross, and like, and it was like on the butt, and they had like sports bras, and it was like on the, and I just said, what's going on here? That's it. I go, it's just funny just to be like you think somebody's going to be like in heaven and they're like, how'd you get here? It's like, well, I was at the gym and this girl bent over in front of me and I asked her about that logo and that's how I got saved. Or like, it's just, that's all I said. And I go, it just seems like a little, whatever you're feeling and whatever that laughter is from you. It was just that. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying shut down. I'm not saying don't be in business anymore. I just go, this is a little, And I guarantee you everyone else thought that too. And they did. But then there was like this whole pushback online about like, I don't even remember what the CEO was like, well, you know, like I'm just a pastor and like I gave my like life savings to this. And then there was something, I could be wrong about this, but like he's like, my wife is also like in the hospital and we're just trying to like make the bills. And I just was like, all right, first of all, I didn't know that. If I would have known that, or like, well, no, I probably still would have made the joke. But like we had a joke on the special. I go, you ever like driven, you ever been trying to be a good person and you driving and you see that cyclist, you're like, I wonder if I just like, and then I did that joke at I don't know where it was. I think it was in Michigan. I think it was in Lansing, Michigan. I remember. And somebody emailed my website. It was like, wow, like so-and-so from our so-and-so, the mayor of somebody on the city council or someone prominent in the community was riding a bike a month ago and got hit and died. Yeah. And they're like, it's just problem. It's just, and I go, okay, this is a tangent that's probably unnecessary for the answer to the question. But you go, okay, so you think that I saw that? What you're convicting me of doing is in fact way worse. Yeah. That I saw that. And people mourning about his death, and I was like, you know, it would be hilarious. That's just that's what you're saying. When a comedian is being offensive, that's what you're saying. Like, sure, there's another side or another perspective of every joke, but you joking about the right or the left or Christians or atheists, there's someone on the other side of the joke every time, and we try to. The guiding light that we try to make, like there's a joke about Joel Osteen in the special, but I did a show down in Houston, and Joel Osteen's either like his daughter-in-law, I think his daughter-in-law was there, and she goes, dude, if my dad heard you tell that joke, he would be dying laughing. And I was like, okay, that's hopefully that would be the case if you're making fun of someone with a peanut allergy or someone that's a vegan or someone that's into essential oils. Like I made fun of essential oils one time, and somebody they were like, I just want to let you know I have $3,000 worth of essential oils and I threw them all away. I go, well, don't do that either. Like, it's just like silly, and it can I guess you want people to listen to what you're saying, but like, don't be picketing, like, I can't believe John cares essential oils. Or if you love essential oils and it gives you life and meaning and healing, it doesn't. But if it did, no, it just then keep doing it. Then I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. You know, you're making fun of yourself because you're especially someone that like myself or a lot of people similar to me that claim to be good or religious or moral or something. You just see someone cuts you off and you go, oh, I want to kill him. I want to kill him. And but everybody relates to that because everybody's also human.